All right, good morning.
Good morning. What time is it?
Uh,
10:23.
I like that. 10:22. I want to thank everyone for showing up in person and those who are here on Zoom. First of all, do we have any guests today? Any visitors? All right. All card paying members. I missed the last meeting, but I wanted to reflect on the retreat real quick. It was awesome. I hope we get to do it again and that it becomes like a part of our annual events. I mean, we had so much fun. It was educational. And who doesn't like being near the beach? And speaking of the retreat, as the president of this group, I would like to personally thank Amanda. And matter of fact, could you come up for a second? So I have something for you.
Hi, Barbara. Our speaker's here.
This is for the hard work she put in and getting this retreat together and making it a success.
Thank you.
You can sit down.
Curtis,
Okay.
Curtis, this is Maggie. Our speaker just came on. She just came on early, but I just wanted to let her know what was going on.
Okay.
There's a lot of people in the library. We could see the group, and then Curtis, you're speaking. We can only see your shoulder, but we can hear you.
But anyway, I got her some bookends because she held everything together for the retreat.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Great idea.
That's a good idea. There you are.
Congratulations.
Are we ready for the secretary's report? So,
I think it's posted.
all right. Motion to approve. Second.
Motion and Amanda seconds.
I can't really hear you. Amanda second and who first?
Leah's motion and second.
Leah made the motion.
Okay, and Amanda second. Thank you.
Membership report.
Oh, I believe we have 46 members. We had Susan and Rebecca that joined recently. Those are our most recent acquisitions to the group. So special welcome to both of them.
Great.
They're sitting here, so I'll do a preference report.
All right. We're gonna have a treasurer's report. Leah.
Hey, Leah Davis is on a book deadline as usual. She writes way more books than I ever thought about. But the treasurer's report is in the minutes you were sent. Our balance is $9,221.65. We have bills to pay. That's not going to all be there by the end of the year. We have probably $1,400 in insurance. We've got to pay our webmistress. We've got to renew our website and all that good stuff. But we are not poor. We're doing okay. We've gone from a broke organization to really holding our own. We need a motion to approve the financials.
I motion to approve.
Vanessa makes a motion. Do we have a second? Vicky seconds. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Okay, and I'll just go right into fundraising. Well, I guess it's on the list. We'll get down to the business, but we're really short on time. I'll just say the charitable anthology is doing really well. We have a few slots open if anybody's interested in joining in on the fund. You don't have to pay for your cover. You don't have to pay for your formatting. You do have to pay for your editing, but you can join the charitable anthology and have your own book published separately in one of the monthly opportunities. Our winter anthology released, and we've had one anthology meeting about the upcoming year, and that's gonna be Vanessa, if she wants to take a minute and talk about it, or if we want to have a special meeting later to discuss the anthologies, it's up to you. If you want to talk about it, you gotta come up here, though. Because nobody can hear you otherwise. We'll just fly through some of the other stuff so we can get to your stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's that.
Yeah, we have 10 minutes, 15 if we push it.
So I sent out two surveys about anthologies for 2025 and people responded. We're going to keep it to the programs that we currently have, which is the shared world. And as Leah said, we have openings for the end of 2025. So there's, we have people committed through September. So we've got 3 months left, and then we can reevaluate if we want to keep going with that. But so far it's going great. We have 3 novellas published already. And they seem to be doing pretty good. We're all having fun. So we're going to maintain the shared world through 2025. And then we're going to keep a spring and a fall anthology. And people wanted to have a little something different. So in the spring, we're going to do Sweet and Sexy. So it's going to go from sweet romance to a little bit steamier. And I'll send out what those things mean. I think that we should probably define what we mean by those terms so that everybody's on the same page. But in the spring, we were thinking about doing for 2025, maintaining the theme of shared worlds. So in the spring, we were thinking about doing glamping, which is high-end camping, and having a place like in Washington. We found a site that has really, really fancy, from tree houses to places you can stay that, you know, they feed you gourmet meals and stuff like that. People that would show up would be people looking to get away from, you know, what's going on in the world, having a bit of nature fun. Could be church groups going, could be corporate businesses that are looking to do team building, and then building a romance story around that kind of concept. People over 60 that want to go on their own. And, you know, have a singles kind of thing, parents without partners kind of, so there's all kinds of options. I think that was all for that. And does anybody have any questions on that concept? And then in the fall, we're going to do ghost stories instead of a winter holiday. And we were thinking about, I don't know if anybody knows the TV show. It's British and also a version in the United States called Ghosts, where there's one house and there's ghosts involved in the house. And so we were thinking about doing something maybe in Great Britain with a really, really old house so that it covers time periods really far back to now. Some of the ideas that we had for ghost stories were, you know, a ghost helps their previous partner find new love. I had them all written down. I'm trying not to use up too much time here. But anyway, the theme for the fall would be a ghost story. And I don't know if anybody has any questions about that. And then not doing anything else because we're already really, really strapped, and the people who are currently volunteering for things have no more time to do anything else. They can't get to their own writing. So we didn't want to add another anthology, but we did want to cover some of the things that people wanted to do that we weren't doing before.
Thank you, thank you. Director of Programming, Maggie.
Hi, so today we have Barbara Evers, who is going to be, she's with us now. Hi, Barbara. And she's doing character building with the Myers-Briggs types, which I'm vaguely familiar with, but it's all about personality. And it's going to be a fun way for us to enhance our characters or create new ones. And then December, we have Donna Gray Banks, and it will be she will be coming in person. She's founder and director of the Fresh Book Festival, which is fiction, romance, erotica, spiritual, and health. One of the largest book festivals for minority and indie self-published authors in Florida. And so we're looking forward to her workshops. And the first one is just when you think you've said enough, you might need more, which is interesting. And then the second one is building tension in a love scene. So in addition to that is the holiday month. And I believe we're going out, whoever wants to go out after the meeting, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's the plan. So December is, we'll all be in person, whoever wants to be, with the speaker, and then anybody else can join us on Zoom.
Director of Communications, Jolene, is she with us? Oh,
Yes. The websites are all updated. I'm in the process of creating a couple of articles about our progress and the things we've changed, we've had so far. And I will be adding the upcoming events to the calendar, on the website and the Facebook page, so that we can start sharing those a little bit at a time and have them all set up and ready to go for the new year. That's about it.
good, good.
I'm next.
Welcome.
Hi, for the sake of time, Leah Miles is gonna send out an email relating to our cookie baking contest. I'm here for the Gazette, and in August, we had 238, and now we have 264, so we're growing. And one of the reasons we're growing is because we had NERC. And NERC will be, the winner will be announced on the 15th. I was hoping to be able to give us a little preview, but the person who won isn't able to be here because of scheduling conflict, so you'll have to wait. Because of the activity for the anthologies, the matchmaker is still available, so if you haven't done an anthology story and you want to, the matchmaker is there for you. And for the Gazette, the December issue is not going to have any articles because I can't find anybody to do it, and I'm not going to ask again. But if you want to do an article for 2025, you can schedule it the entire year. As you see, the Gazette is helping us, and we can all chip in with that. So that's all I have. Thank you.
Okay, we move to unfinished business right now.
Profit.
I don't see her. You still, she was out there. Marie, are you there?
Trying to get your attention. Vicky, I know that you wanted a breakdown of the royalties from October 1st to the 14th, and then 15th to the 31st, 11/1 to 11/8. Bad news is I was unable to get into KDP because there are new authentication requirements to get in. So besides just the code, someone has to go in there and do a whole government issued identification. So Leah Davis is going to try and get that done this weekend, and I'll get those numbers. However, I was able to get into draft to digital, which is D2D. The October numbers are not there yet. I'll have to wait till after the 15th of November to get those, but I can tell you year to date through September, the royalties were $150.41. Of course, there's going to be more, once we get on Amazon and we can get a breakdown. So I will email for sure once I'm able to get into KDP, and I'll wait till after the 15th and get the numbers from D2D as well, and I'll email it out to the group.
Cool. So for those of you who don't understand why I was asking for that, we're doing promotion of our backlist, and we want it to be a learning experience for all of us. So I wanted to break it down to where we weren't advertising, to where we were doing a book funnel event, to we were doing Facebook ads, we were doing Red Feather, the newsletter, so we could see from our own purchasing of ads what was working and what wasn't.
And so that's why we're gonna break it down that way. And it's okay that we can wait to get it, but stay tuned and we'll try to make an experience of it.
All right, old business. As you know, we are instituting a student writers contest. Myself, Marie, and she's done a wonderful job working on this so far, and always use the extra help. And right, she's going to help in the near future. Her time will be a little more freer now that the elections are over and things like that. But anyway, basically, we're going to go to 3 schools and we'll have a winner from each. The prize will be $50 each student. I will have to make a correction here for the ceremony date. It will not be April 12th. It will be in June at the festival, book festival. And we're going to get donations for this. I'm gonna donate the first 100 out of the 150. And from that point on, since it's new, we'll try to get sponsors, most likely, local businesses. And then when we do the award ceremony, we'll have somebody here from the local newspaper, possibly, what is it, Times Union, and get their picture in the paper and get some advertisement for what we're doing and, what we stand for as writers. And not only that, it'll help promote a younger generation of writers, and that's going to replace us in the future when we all retire. But anyway, we're going to have to vote on this. Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't really know what this is. It's a contest.
Yeah, there's a contest. And like I said, the age group is going to be middle school, more likely 6th or 7th grade. And the thing is, there are some schools that have certain grades at that level that are not a middle school, but elementary.
Of the 3 schools that you have listed here, 2 of them are high school.
Yeah, that's because, like I said, some of the grades are, some of the lower grades, like 7th or whatever, are in high school. But 9th, yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Curtis, can I
About
speak?
one middle school, which is a very different age group.
You can't hear me?
Can I speak real quick, Curtis, please?
Marie wants to talk.
Just wrap
Marie,
it up.
we can't hear you.
We can't hear you, Marie.
Okay, I'm not sure. Can the folks here, Jolene, can you hear me? Or,
I can
Okay.
hear you.
all right. I just wanted to give the background.
I
on the
can hear you.
schools. Okay. Okay, well, Curtis, if you can hear me, maybe you can relay it. The schools that are there are ones that I suggested because they are for the arts. And 2 of them one is a middle school, La Villa. Douglas Anderson is a high school. The teacher is already on board. And then the other one, Frank H, has a communications program and also English courses. And so I thought it'll be a great pilot for the contest and just to get us, I guess, into the community, get those new writers out there. And so there's going to be some high school, there's 1 middle school. And I know Curtis was very strong about getting approval from parental approval for those, especially in the middle school grades.
Well, that was my next question. I have a couple questions. About books. I think it's a great idea. I just don't think we have enough time to implement it right now. As it stands, the language in this layout is very vague. For instance, we want to get parental and guardianship approval to participate. That's going to be very time consuming, working up a form that is legal. And that will work for the various students and the age groups in the schools. I'm not sure who's going to do that since we don't even have a contest committee. Who's going to make sure in this time frame when we already have a shared world anthology, NERFA, and the spring anthology going on, who's going to do all this work following up to get the forms? We are going to have to approve the subject matter for each student who submits something. Who's going to do that? We have some language in here that's incredibly vague, such as what's age appropriate. You know, what does it mean to have above average knowledge and command of the English language? Does that mean that they all have to have A's in their English classes? What does it mean to be a student in good standing? Is it a grade thing? Is it a behavioral thing? I just think that we have a lot of questions and a lot of things that would need to be worked out before we can do a program like this, because it's not really within the purview of our mission statement, which is to support our writer members in their writing careers. I personally just think it needs more definition and more concrete layout before, before that we would vote on it.
Curtis, I'll let you speak to that. Because that portion of it were add-ons from you. So in terms of those requirements, so I can't really respond to that.
As far as committees, the committee consisted of me and Maria initially. Like I said, Ann Wright, she's going to assist in this. It is a work in progress. It is. And we have asked for volunteers to help us along with this project. As far as the mission, this will not take away from the mission. It's intended to be a little like outreach, just giving back a little bit to the community, and not only that, to inspire younger writers. And it's at no cost to basically, our group. As far as time consumption, it doesn't take that long to write a form permission slip or something like that.
If I could comment, everybody's got good points. I think Curtis has good points, so does Vanessa. If y'all look at page 15, Marie, you said that stuff wasn't listed. Everything that she said is listed on page 15 of the agenda. It's the form that Curtis sent out and it was on the loop. So it is all about definition of parameters. And so I think it's a good idea, but Vanessa's right. Maybe we need to form a committee first and, table it for a few more months. There's a lot going on. I know you wanted to announce it during your conference. Is that what you were wanting to do, Marie?
Well, I just thought it'd be a great way to partner when he brought that up and just to recognize the winners, and
Right.
just give them that recognition. So I thought it'd be a great partnership.
But I think we do need to have a committee meeting about it and define the parameters, because I'm with Vanessa in that you need to pick a grade. It needs to all be 6th grade or all be 7th grade. We
Mhm.
actually do a writing contest with Georgia Farm Bureau, the organization I work for. We do it every year. We do a writing contest and an art contest, and it's done through our home office, but I don't think we get any parent permission forms. It comes through the teachers, but
Right.
it does, it's hard to get participation for one thing, and for another, to be fair, the kids need to be the same age. That's just my opinion. We got somebody else coming.
Hi, so I also just want to I think we should do a committee first and talk more about it before we decide on it. Because also, we're a romance writers group, but your criteria, if you're wanting to promote creativity, you're kind of stifling them in what they can and can't write. And I think that needs to be adjusted a little because, I mean, they're kids and I remember when I was in high school and you gave, if I was given parameters like this, I wouldn't want to write. It made me like hate writing, to be told that I couldn't write. Like, what if you have a kid in high school that's in horror? My son would be in horror and he would want to write about that. And I think that that's one of the
Write
things
about
that
what?
why we should do a committee first, to like come up with the whole set concrete, what we want and what we don't want, what we can do, what we can't do. Because in all honesty, like, we live in Florida and Florida is already stifling the kids on what they can read. And so now you're opening yourself up for a whole issue of what this state is gonna let our kids write about. So I don't want like our group to also end up getting sucked into that whole political aspect of what they can read and what they can write. So I think we need to we definitely should probably look more into it first before we say yes or no on doing it.
So Erica, I want to know what is it that on the paper says that they can't write about?
It says no profanity, horror, violence. Stories should be upbeat, be humorous but not slanderous, can be about one's goal in life and a plan of action to achieve this. Like I get not slanderous. I agree with that, but for it to just be about one's goal in life and a plan of action to achieve this, I mean, we don't really write about our goals in life. We're writing about fiction stories. And I think that it shouldn't be, the parameters shouldn't be stifling of it has to be about your goal in life. I think it should be about oh, you came up with this story in your head. Great. Write it, So I think we need.
I think that maybe there's something different because the ones that I saw, and we have a guess. So the what I saw was basically, I think Curtis had given suggestions. But it was to write about basically things that inspired him, someone who inspired them, a pet that they like. I think he gave suggestions, but that can of course be tweaked. I mean, that was kind of rough. And so, but there's no way that we would, in terms of language, foul language, yeah, you can say
Right.
don't want to use
And-
that,
but that's why I think we
in
should-
no way do you want to stifle anyone's creativity. That's the whole point of the contest.
Yeah, but that's why I think, like they said, that we should talk more about it first before we decide on it, to get more, because you said they're just suggestions. So I think we should have more of a set idea of where we want to go with it.
Yeah,
Instead
I
of just
agree.
because it says can be about someone in their life who has been a positive influence on them.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
that's not a fiction story. Now you're writing about somebody in real life, and we're a romance writers fiction group. So that was just my thing about it, is I don't want the kids to be stifled with their creativity of it has to fall in these set parameters. So I think that we should do the whole give it more time to come up with exactly where we want to go that we can all agree on.
Mhm.
Approximately set up a meeting specifically about this topic so that we can save the time here. I don't think we're ready to move forward with this because there are a lot of concerns still. So I think we need more of a meeting about, will this be something that FCRW wants to support in general? Because I don't think we ever fully, I think the last time we talked about it, there were concerns with us, but I don't remember it being not true, there wasn't voted. But we could table it till December and vote on it in December. But I think we can discuss them so that everybody can, we're gonna need time to actually discuss things. So I wouldn't want the summer to overflow again time-wise as we just try to discuss.
I think it was March when we came up with this idea. And we tried to form, a committee, a bona fide committee. We asked for people to be a part of this so we can have different views and things, but the only people that stepped forward was Marie and Ann and myself. So, we, based on that, we tried to move ahead with this. I got no problem waiting until we get more input, because the more input we have, the better results we're going to get. But we're going to have more participation. That's all. Anybody that's interested in this, that want to have a say in it?
So pointing towards, we're not sure we're on board. And I think that's the part that we need to address first.
Well, then we have to come together and discuss that, though.
Which,
Mhm.
I wish we had a meeting specifically to discuss.
So we're gonna make a motion. Yes, I second.
Wait a minute, was there a motion?
Yeah,
Mhm.
What was that about? Can you repeat?
it's the morning. Yeah.
So Amanda's motioning for us to schedule a meeting specifically to talk about this. Yeah, like we can do like a Zoom meeting where we can all get together to like talk about it.
Okay, and so
And
who
then-
seconded the motion?
Vanessa,
Okay, and are we taking a vote?
Just all in favor? Everyone's in favor.
Okay,
What about you guys on Zoom?
yeah, I think it's a good idea. Have a meeting and go forward.
All right,
Time. Or past
new
time.
business.
It's past time for our speaker. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's just do this.
New business. Yeah, for the sake of time. For the sake of time, we're going to table the new business. Basically, it's a list of officers and for the upcoming year. We're going to take like a 5-minute break and then come back with our speaker, Barbara Evans. Everyone in agreement with 5-minute break?
Yes.
All right.
See you soon, Barbara.
Yeah, I was like, that's a really good AC, or that's a lot of rain. The Maples, I'm trying to just
Afraid there's any more discussion, so that's good. I think y'all meet right away. You can do those long in December. Let's take it and try. Yeah, okay.
For those of us who are still around, the one of the things, the new business got tabled, which is cool, totally cool with that. And the cinnamon roll experience. I wanted to recreate that with this group in 2025, where we pick a date and a premise and host it on our own website and let our people do a free book. A small, and I think there's promise there, and if we want to do a committee, I'm fine with that. But for those of you, I mean, we had a great offering and it went really well. You want to come up and talk?
I figured you keep pointing at me, so.
Because you know more about it than I do. Sorry.
All right, hey, so I talked at the retreat about freebies and I ended up opening up through an email of, hey, I know of one that we're doing. So one thing about freebies, the one we did was based on cinnamon roll heroes, which are basically sweet heroes. And we ended up, all the authors ended up sharing, and I want to say we had like a decent amount.
We have
of
47
authors.
authors.
Yeah, we had 47 authors offering a freebie. Now, one thing I want to keep in mind, because I thought about doing it for our group, but we would have to pick a very specific theme. I think it works best if you have all the authors that are similar and providing similar stories, because it's easier to hit everybody's basically just sharing it with who they already shared their things with. It's just you have more people sharing it together, which helps to boost the numbers. I mean, I think I had almost 1,000 downloads from.
I have almost 5,000 dollars.
Right, we had a ton of downloads, so it is a freebie, but if you have a backlist, it does help. But the only thing I caution is it really helps if all the audiences are already looking for what you're offering. So I think it's a great idea. I just think we should make sure we have a theme or something about it. But these type of things are great, and there's a ton of them available. I can provide a website of a bunch of different ones that are already available as well.
So basically, it is a group of people get together and offer 3 stories at the same time based on the same theme.
Right, it's free for a day, basically. And what I learned was there are lots of different ones out there, as Amanda said, but some of them have like 1,000 books that are free all at the same time, and the number of downloads you get per author kind of gets washed out.
but if it's specific, so if we pick, to not steal Deborah St. James' idea, but to pick a holiday, and I was thinking strong heroines to be the thing, and I think we all have strong heroines. And so we can kind of create that. It's just a matter of, again, we are a very busy group. We've got lots of projects going on. Do we have enough interest to even schedule a meeting? Is where I'm going. Yes,
That's why I'm not, so is it basically like an anthology but free?
no,
That's not an.
your personal book that you've published, and you need to have a backlist to make it profitable for yourself, because you're giving a book for free and you're hoping people buy your backlist. Yeah, exactly.
It's because the main stuff your Kindle, which is December, is so big. And if you can narrow it down to a niche, it does much better for read through. Where if you're part of a bunch of people that they don't read, it's much harder. They might take your freebie, but they're not gonna read it and then read your other books. Right, so a very niche down specific one is so much more powerful in my opinion.
Right, and Amazon lets you put your book for free 4 times a year. So even if you already have one that you like, this is something you can also do. And I just think it's great, one, to promote this group, and people from all over the country can be a part of this group. So there's lots of synergies there as we as a group progress.
It's not really us having to like write another specific story.
It's what you already
Yeah,
have.
you're not doing anything for extra, you're just participating in a new event to figure it out.
And how long is your, like, you give it specific people? Is it open for a certain time that it's free?
One day, and you usually set it up in Amazon for the day before and the day after, because this is a worldwide thing and sometimes it's time zones. So one day.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just a bunch of authors sitting together and sharing together.
Yeah.
Interested. And it's free versus paying the newsletters to try to.
So I guess what I'm asking, if there's enough interest, I'll schedule something in January.
I don't have a book yet, so it does sound interesting. If I had one, I'd.
But you can still help promote the event for your readers to say, hey, I'm being nice to you. I'm giving you this info so that you can go get free books.
Yeah. It's one of the things
And then
that-
next time you'll be in it, you know?
Yeah, it was one of the things that we learned at the Georgia Writers, retreat, conference. That they were saying that that's how you get people, is like you offer them like a free thing and then.
But basically, you're boosting your.
And I even got more reviews out of it. It was just like, it was just this snowball that was like, yeah, baby. Oh, it did.
I'll have my people call your people.
Robert, sorry, I took some of your time.
Sarah, bye
All right.
Barbara.
We're ready for our
Brian.
speaker.
I'm about to head out.